And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire at the bottom around 264. And as Twitch chat reminded me between the breaks, I forgot to check up the Applied Science Council. So let's do that as soon as we start this turn. So, looking at our organizations, Applied Science Council. Okay, we'll let that keep going a little bit longer. So what we're working on is fuel efficiency. I think we're going to take that up to about 50%. So that'll be like 3 or 4 more turns, and then we'll swap it over doing something different. Similar sort of thing with the Air Force. We're working on jet engine efficiency. We're going to let that get up to about 50% and then swap it over to something else. Victory overview-wise, we're just above 35%. We need to get to 50% to win, and then once we're at 50%, we need to be 50% or 25% bigger than the next closest person. So right now that would actually require us getting up to 58-ish. And it might actually be 58, because as we grow our population, presumably that would drive their population down, because that is a non-zero-sum game. Our deep core gas extractor finished. The rail station finished. Server stations proceeding at speed. Ports proceeding at speed. I think we are going to expand that deep core gas extractor. Or, no, we will. We'll expand it. Deep core gas extractor. Tech plant running at full speed? No, it isn't. Let's turn that up and see if the power can handle that. And then, mining-wise, we're also going to expand the demilitarization plant. Let's look at our 3 events. Incident with lack of action. We'll support the leader's actions, because we don't actually like, or we don't really want mine. This will cause a little bit of rest, but that's fine. And it'll make the leader, who's not actually particularly happy with this, a little bit happier. Schedule a meeting with the aliens. So, we only got 74 political power. Last time we did ask them to join. That wasn't quite enough by itself. Enforcement. What I think I'll do is I'll ask for some mercenaries.
Roger that.
And then we'll try to raise opinions with them again.
Roger that.
And where do those mercenaries get deployed? Apparently not there. They might also technically not deploy until the next turn, I suppose. Okay, more stuff can shipped. Yeah, time for these guys to start marching down south. Okay, group move as far as it can go. Group move as far as I can go. I wasn't quite able to move the entire group there. Because of stack limits? Yeah, stack limits. Something's complicating it is the fact that I don't just want to move everyone out. I basically want to protect the road and the infrastructure up here with the alien mercenaries. Whereas everyone who's not an alien mercenary, we want to leave, basically. Okay. And then we can move over to strategic movement, but we don't have enough yet. As we move the professional troops farther south, that's going to alleviate the logistical strain here. Wait, have I played? I think I played a Xeno on these guys already. Yeah, we did. Save the rest of the blow power. Basically, we want to save them to like 90 again. But at the same time, we do want to try to keep our counselors happy and keep the population rolling in.
Order received.
There we go. Fish gift made him happy.
Standing by. Roger that. Roger that.
Standing by for orders.
It's not. We wanted to do it on you. Strat card. Official
Order
gift.
received.
Happiness approved.
Order received. Order received.
Yeah, 65 is not that bad. What's our relationship looking like? And I'm having to be a little bit more aggressive with the relationship thing because our word score is bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't be this aggressive with trying to keep the relationship up. Director of the Pied Council is not particularly happy. Yeah, we should probably improve his opinion. Strat card on him.
Order received.
There we go. That helped him. Governor Lime Top. Oh, I'm at upload power, so that's all I'm going to be able to do for the moment. Okay, we got colonists to deploy. I think we're going to go ahead and deploy them over here. What we should probably do here is build up the culture buildings. So we should start the building of those ones and then send a bunch of workers. Construction is going to cost about, if we build all 4 of them, 2,000 workers.
Roger that.
Just dump everyone as workers because it'll make
Roger that.
assigning them easier.
Roger that. Roger that.
Yeah, okay. And then colonize everyone as workers. So
Roger that.
So assuming it doesn't turn around and fire them all, that should be enough workers to keep those constructions going. And then cycle the turn. Again, the end turns here are probably not particularly interesting. The only we have a major land border with that we might actually see some troops marching back across is the Belzier's commune here. And they're, depending upon their opinion on a given turn, they're actually open to signing a victory pact with us. So one of the ways we might win is just sign a victory pact with them, get like +10 score. I'm not obviously going to do that, the victory pact, until that would actually result in us winning, which is why I haven't done yet. Steel round. Steel land around 265. We have a lot of decisions, 10 decisions awaiting us. Our director of the Secret Service Council laid down. Okay. I don't know if we got a good replacement for him, and he's a person, given our upcoming activities, we might want to be particularly good.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Roger that.
What do I have for my artillery model? I think we've got an updated artillery model. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the blueprints for our vehicles. So we now have access to turbojets. So let's start with the ultralight aircraft to get us a new blueprint. If we wanted to say still have to be a recon, it would be nice and give the recon the capacity to defend itself with guns. We'll give it like the lightest turbojet it can get. It gets going real fast with our current equipment, and give it fuel to maximize its range. That doesn't need bigger wings for that. No. Oh, because we're at the. Oh, maybe the wing's big enough. No. So we're gonna have to drop to there. Okay, so we're gonna 25 hex range recon with a light turbojet with some charged Gauss heavy machine guns for self-defense. Our light aircraft, which is our fighters. Again, we're gonna go. Could go with air-to-air weapons of missiles. Medium rockets. We'll do something like this. And obviously these are going to go with light turbojets. Or what's the air to air and air to ground? 100, 250 for air fire. 100, 200 for air fire. So actually these are probably better apparently at fighting air targets, whereas the air-to-air missiles apparently for us are actually a little bit worse. Yeah. And then we want to petrol up. Maximize the plane's range. Okay, so we can do a 10 hex with that fuel mix, or we can upgrade to a medium engine. Try to shove some more fuel on it. Okay, upgrading to medium allows us to get 12. What if we go to heavy? Heavy's back down to 10 with that fuel. Shove more fuel in it, still be at 12. Very heavy's probably pushing it, so I don't think we're going to get above 12. Yeah, we're not going to get above 12. Okay, did we get 12 with the medium? We did get 12 with the medium, so we'll do the smallest engine that gives us the maximum range. Okay. Then our medium aircraft. This was our fighter bomber, so we're going to make a new fighter bomber. Apparently the heavy air-to-air missiles would be better than the machine guns. We'll do heavy air-to-air with a precision bomb load. Obviously we're going to need to run some like medium turbojets on this. Oh, and Twitch chat is saying, I think from memory missiles get a bonus in the first 2 rounds, similar to artillery on the ground. That sounds believable. Still might not necessarily be because of how much better the twin charge heavy Gauss is. Still might not be worth it on the light aircraft specifically, because it's also the twin charge Gauss is also very ammo efficient. Whereas on the medium aircraft here where we're going the heavy missiles, I can definitely see an argument for, okay, we're going to have more air power, doubly so if they apparently get bonus during the first 2 rounds, but it costs more ammo. That makes sense. Okay, limited range. 8 hex. If we go up to very heavy. Okay. 10. Super heavy. Super heavy allows us to go up to 12. If we're doing bigger wings. Yeah, we should do some bigger wings. Get away with a lighter engine, yes. I think, if memory serves, I think 25 hex is actually the range cap. Medium wings, 18 kilogram, or 18,000 fuel on a medium turbojet. Okay. Which reminds me, let's come back and double check on that light. We up the wings, would that give us more range? Yes. Max range with very small wings. Downsize the fuel? We can. Can we downsize the engine and keep going? Yep, light turbojet. Hitting the, what I think is the max range of 25 with 1,800 liters. Some very small wings. Okay, that's what we'll do for that one. Medium's good. Medium to wing is our transports. So, cargo space. Guns to defend itself. This is the medium aircraft, so we'll think medium turbojet. Get some decent wings on here and some decent fuel. Is intentionally running heavy for cargo space reasons. Turbojet. Okay, so that's going to be takeoff speed issues. So I gotta go drop the cargo, I gotta drop the fuel. Probably needs to be cargo. Okay, we got something that can fly now. That's a good start speed. Got the fuel. Can we get something that's got a viable range? And we can drop the cargo a bit more. There we go. We got something we can take off at least. One more take down the cargo. That brings us up to maximum range. Dropping the wings is not viable. Dropping the engine. Yeah, maybe we drop the 20 hex range on a 25k cargo. So it's basically half fuel, but that is something that does fly. Okay. Heavy aircraft, which is right now our tactical bomber. So let's make a new tactical bomber. The old one is running super heavy jet engines, so we'll say, let's see if we can get these to run just heavy jet turbojet engines. And this is a heavy aircraft, so we do like very large engines. Plenty of fuel. Some cupolas to defend itself. Or is this going to be a scenario where we pair off with missiles? Yeah, we're probably better off with missiles. 25. Drop the fuel for some bombs. Anyway, that looks like we got a maximum range tactical bomber packing some pretty big bombs. Or a heavy aircraft there. And we'll see if we can get the... We haven't done a 4 engine, so we'll say the 4 engine is a level bomber. With heavy turbojets. Want a big bomb load if we can, with some air-to-air missiles for defense, some large wings, some fuel. Let's see. Not viable. Make the bomb load bigger. You lose range, you make the fuel a little more. What if we make the wings bigger and put bigger bombs on it? Okay. There we go. So that's probably what we're going to roll for our functionally strategic level bomber. Bringing second heaviest bomb load with some very heavy air-to-air missiles for self-defense, decent fuel tank. We may at some point see if we actually build some of these. It'll be a while off for that. Okay, ultralights. Let's develop and build upon our existing ultralights with the new 3 here. Which I think are practically maximum range at this point. Yeah, maximum range recon planes. Demagogue in Gateway. Probably gonna fail, but do the merit check anyway.
Roger that.
Okay.
Yes.
Zalhobbin wants to go up to level 4. Let's say no, because we haven't got the civilization sorted out there. This one is Ripple Point. Where is Ripple Point? No, Fultmuth. Ripple Point's this one. Okay. Again, we're having a little bit of issue with the quality of life, so we don't want to go up to 5 until we sort that. Scheduled meeting with the ADAs. We can't organize the big one. So let's just try to raise relations with them. Get it up to like 100, so we'll have to give them some credits as a gift. Oh, we got a couple scrap cards. Let's see if they are strong. Enforcer. Heroic. And the government library. We might play the government library in a bit. Play the regular diplomat team. These guys. Nation. Do we have someone that we can recruit that would be good specifically to be our spy? Doesn't look like it. I think that was an enforcement choice we had the other day that was really good for spying. Victory score, we haven't really changed much. We haven't really moved very much because I spent a lot of time designing our aircraft. Construction-wise, everything proceeded at speed except for the stuff at Gateway, which was delayed. Was delayed in a way that would make sense for it potentially being delayed 1 turn if we can keep the workers fine. Basically cancellation of the job. So in theory, it thinks it has enough, but we saturated the transport route. That makes sense. That's what the problem is. We're having problems getting the stuff to the stuff. Yes. gateway. Yeah, and we're getting 50% through on that trade route. Which probably means I can't even send them colonists. No. Okay, so we gotta wait until that construction gets completed. Once that construction is completed, we can send them more people to upgrade the port. Okay, did we move the troops this turn? No. Okay, human troops focus on marching south. Inland troops can pretty much stay where they are, though they should spread out along the road as we have space for them. But right away basically goes to the human troops being marched through. Okay, I think we're just down to aliens there. Well, at least that have the capacity to move. This guy doesn't. Let's actually see, can we strategically move you? No, not yet. I think it's going to be the same here. Not yet, no you. Can you move them? Except for the alien can stay there. No, not yet. Not yet. We'll probably leave the shield here. And then, yeah, these guys are not... We're black all the way up for the moment. The rail should be in operation to the railhead, so we should actually have a decent amount of logistics down this road. Just quickly double check to make sure the rail line is in. Is to the location, okay. So yeah, it's just that we got a backlog probably on bullets. Yeah, we ran the bullets low when we were up there, so as the units start to refill, they're gonna saturate the transport lines with bullets. And we got an alien there, we got an alien there. No alien there, so you can march to there. Got 4 here, we want like 1. There's no aliens there. It's there. March down there. In the meantime, all but one of these aliens can just march south. Okay. And we've maxed out the industrial point stockpile. Okay. That's not great, but that's fair and real. Okay, I apparently made the power issue worse. I believe. Yeah, I don't think we can run the high-tech industry at full speed. Drop it to 50%, see if it's stable there. That is why one of the reasons we're raising the summarization and the solar power plants as quickly as possible. In the capital. Okay, we got a couple we can upgrade in the capital in theory. So, you have a solar panel. Let's upgrade you.
Received.
You have one that's capped. You have one that isn't, so we'll upgrade you.
Order received.
Oh, you're not capped. Go and cap you.
Order received.
It will be capped when that one's done. And then here we're working on... No, we finished the serpentization plant. Another power thing, go ahead and upgrade it as well. Power plant wise, we got a surplus power or surplus fuel of about 1,000. That's of course without the transports running, but With 1,000, would it make sense to upgrade the old petrol power plant? No, because that would raise our deficit. That would increase the downward pressure on fuel by 1,500, meaning we're running a deficit of about 500. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that yet. That is one reason we're running or constructing things like the deep core, which is more petrol. And yes, I think it is one of those weird situations where you can do deep core makes more petrol than the power that you get from burning the petrol you get from the deep core. So it is net positive to build both the power plant and the deep core. Though I don't think it's that positive. When we get colonists, I think we're going to hold on to the colonists for a bit. Because we got a couple different colonist places we'd want to send them to, but none of them can we send them to yet. Probably the only one we could send them to right now would be improving you, trying to get you up to 50,000.
Standing by.
We haven't interacted with slave traders. Let's get the
Roger that.
4,000 new people.
Standing by. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and let's cycle the turn and see how the balance looks at the beginning of next turn. Not really expecting anything in this end turn. We're just waiting for it to roll mostly. Steel round. Round 266. I have 113, or 113, 13 decisions awaiting us on 115 reports. Most of the reports I will probably not read. We got a robotic soldiers. One way to get high quality soldiers into low quality logistical locations. Especially if you combine them with laser weapons. Commemorative black, sure. Got the money. You want a subsidy? No.
Order received.
National budget's
Roger
fine.
that.
Secret Service, and everyone is bad at the job. Because, of course, they are. Camp 2, Camp 1, Camp 3. We're going to go with Camp 3, not because I think the Camp 3 is good at the job, but because the Camp 3 is the best at growing into it. Because unless we get someone from the reserve, and we got a lot of really low quality people at the moment. Should probably do a proper purge of our recruitment pool. Yeah, I think the Camp 3 person is the best person, so yeah, take the Camp 3 person.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Yeah, let's pick up laser rifles, because I think laser rifled robot troops would be fairly decent for defensive operations in low supply areas. Because as long as you have positive supply, your energy gets delivered to the troops, and the robots don't need to be fed. So that combos pretty well. Let's grab the RPG infantry for me. Walkout, Agitator, and Gateway. You're gonna fail. And we know there's already unrest problem in Gateway, so let's just give into some of the demands. And we'll roll this
Yes,
one.
sir.
And a failure.
Yes, sir.
So this is the aliens. Offering them gifts.
Roger that.
Kind of back credits of the gift. Get some merit.
Affirmative.
We were trying to build their opinion back up. Okay, so get our
Yes, sir.
slaves.
Yes, sir.
Standing by. Roger that. Roger that.
And we can see that our troops have received the majority of their bullets up here, so the supplies are getting better. So strategic redeployments will probably be happening soon. Anyway, so you want to march south. You want to march south. Okay, so we've got a couple stragglers, but most of the humans are fairly far south at this point. And so that hex got aliens on that hex, got none on that. And we only need one there, so we've got 7 we can move. We can definitely get there. We can get there. I think the rest can move there for the moment. Okay. And then we'll start doing strategic redeployments. Oh, we don't have enough logistics to get down into that island yet, nor that island. So just back to basically sitting around the SHQ for the moment. We'll reorganize around the SHQ. Not the worst place to do that. Anyway, the rails are with us, and actually we can get all the way over here, okay. So you can get there. The magic of having a railroad. Can we zoom out to see both places? No, not quite. Can see this hex from there. So what we'll do is we'll just move all the guys to here first. Trying to move. And we'll do the sea route next. I think the sea route's what's going to saturate, to be fair. So, at this point. Because trains are so efficient. Okay, I think with that we got a fully secured road here. Well, as secured as this road is going to get. And then we can work on transporting across the ocean here. Okay, you're the 5th, that's the 5th. 3rd. Nope, we have. As I said, what I was expecting to saturate first was the sea transport, and has saturated. So that's our strategic redeployment for the moment. Maybe potentially building too much because our metal is going down pretty quickly. Though everything is going at decent speed. Looks like on the next turn that the gateway construction will complete, at which point the transport over to there should stabilize. And I think the port is a pretty heavy metal consumer, so that might help a little bit with the metal with those finishing. Otherwise, we'll... so we got some pretty heavy things. The sermonization plants are heavy, the deep core. We'll see if we can keep metal going at the same speed. We might just run into production slowdown anyway. Mining overview. Are any of our mines empty that are upgradable? Lime Top, Mooncron, so that's where our political power is going to go. Assuming high peripheral mining and it's not too expensive, we can get one off. Okay. Mooncron's oil is more valuable to upgrade, so it gets first dibs.
Affirmative.
And we'll cycle the turn. So looking at the time, this is probably roughly where I should go ahead and put a part break, and not let the part go on for a full hour again. So I hope you've been enjoying it. When this end turn ends is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We'll get right back to recording as soon as I make a cup of tea. So the part break is going to be the duration of however long it takes to make a cup of tea. So we're going to boil the pot of water, pour it on the tea bags, wait a minute or so for it to stew, and be right back down to record the next part. And if you're binge watching this later on YouTube, probably a good time for you to take a break, to get a drink, get up and stretch your legs. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.